Guys, it's David here, back with another video here today on my channel. Now, here today, we'll be talking about the WWE. Now, when it comes to WWE, their nearest pay-per-view is going to be WWE Extreme Rules. I think they had an extra name to it, but I'm just going to call it Extreme Rules because that's basically what it is. It's going to be taken at the Performance Center, obviously, due to what's going on in the world. Now, there are some matches that have been announced, and there are some matches that I think they're going to be announced. So basically what I'm going through every single match, my predictions for, some of the matches that haven't been announced for the card, and then my winners for this match. Now, when it comes to the matches that I think that are going to happen, the first matchup, this is not like in order of how the show is actually going to be. This is just how I wrote it down. Sasha versus Asuka, which is going to be happening at Extreme Rules for the Raw Women's title. Drew versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus in a Falls Count Anywhere match. That match is probably going to be really, really interesting, considering that I don't really think they're going to have Jeff Hardy lose back-to-back. Bayley versus Nikki Cross for SmackDown Women's title. Nikki Cross recently became the #1 contender on this past SmackDown, so we'll see how that is. Sonya versus Mandy Rose. Now, this rivalry still seems to be going on, and I feel like they're probably going to continue it on for quite a while now, considering they probably have no plans for Otis to become SmackDown Women's Champion. The Universal Champion. So I don't really think we're gonna see. If we do see Otis on this card, it's gonna be walking Mandy down to the ring alongside of her. Considering now that Sonya's not even gonna be paired with Dolph, since Dolph Ziggler got traded to Raw and Bobby Roode got traded to Raw. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan or Matt Riddle for the Intercontinental title. Even though Matt Riddle's first match on WWE was against AJ Styles, I feel like this is just building up to another AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan match. And I can't lie, I would love to see this, but I don't really know. They could go either way. They could go Daniel Bryan or they could go Matt Riddle because Matt Riddle just came on. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt, and I've heard it's actually a Wyatt family swamp match or something like that, so it's going to be interesting to see. I guess WWE's trying to come up with these different match ideas, so I don't really have an opinion on that. Rainier versus Big Show. We've seen Big Show come out and defend, Christian this past week on Monday Night Raw, so it looks like they're going to be building us a match where Randy Orton could get the win, or they could have Big Show knock out Randy Orton. We'll see what happens with their Mysterio versus Rollins, even though Mysterio is injured in one eye. I feel like they're still gonna have him compete. At least it'll probably be a tag team match with Mysterio and the Sun versus Rollins and let's say Murphy, and we'll see what happens to my prediction when they come out of that match. And then we have New Day versus Cesaro and Shinsuke for the SmackDown tag team titles. And when it comes to the Raw tag team titles, it'll probably be the same thing too, with the Viking Raiders versus the Street Profits. So let's go through each match now and talk about who I think is going to win this match. Starting off with Sasha versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title. Now, Asuka became champion after Becky Lynch had to relinquish the title due to her being pregnant and she's going to be a mother. So, and Sasha Banks is on SmackDown, but considering that they're the women's tag team title champions, they can be on both shows. So that means they can have matches against other brands, and we're gonna have Sasha versus Io this Wednesday, so I'm very, very excited for that. But in terms of this match for Sasha versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title, I feel like Asuka is going to keep the championship. Considering I guess they put Sasha in the match because Raw doesn't really have that many top heels. I wouldn't consider Nia Jax to be a top heel. Charlotte's going to be out. Of course, you have Becky Lynch out. You have Ronda Rousey, who they consider to be a heel, out, and so there's really nobody to face Asuka. They could bring back Kairi Sane and have Kairi Sane, face Asuka, but that'd be weird because they're both faces now. So yeah, Asuka's gonna win this match against Sasha, and that's just my prediction. Drew versus Dolph for WWE Championship. This is gonna be a win for Drew McIntyre. I don't see them taking the title off of Drew until Seth Rollins gets back into the title picture. So when it comes to that, Drew McIntyre, in my opinion, has had a very, very impressive run when it comes to the WWE title reign. So I feel like he's going to keep the title, and I don't really see WWE taking the title of Drew so quickly after Drew just won it. What was it, 2-3 months ago? So yeah, I don't really see that happening. Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. I feel like Jeff Hardy is going to pick up the victory because I don't feel like WWE are going to want to go with Jeff Hardy losing back to back, especially after segments that they've been pulling off with Jeff Hardy and Sheamus. involving Jeff Hardy's personal life, I don't really think that's going to happen. So Jeff Hardy's going to eventually win this match. Bayley versus Nikki Cross for SmackDown Women's title. They're not going to have Bayley lose that title until SummerSlam, at least. And they're definitely not going to have Bayley lose the title to someone like Nikki Cross. I'm sorry for any Nikki Cross fans that are out there, but WWE are building for a Sasha Banks versus Bayley feud. That Sasha Banks will probably take the title off Bayley, and they could have a very good feud that like they did back in NXT. When it comes to who I think will be the face and who I think will be the heel, when it comes to WWE, I feel like Bayley would be the face. Even though her theme song is kind of a heel theme song, I would probably say Sasha Banks' theme song is more towards the heel list because it's kind of a remix of her original theme song. Bayley's is just like praise Bayley, so Bayley can continue doing this theme song. And I feel like Sasha Banks, even though they like in the other one, Sasha was the heel and Bayley was face, that just showed you how much of a good storyline and how much that worked, having Sasha as a heel and Bayley as face. If they want to go the other way around, who's to say it won't work out this time for WWE? But Bayley's going to beat Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Women's title at Extreme Rules in a couple of weeks' time. Sonya versus Mandy. Mandy Rose is going to get the win here. It's going to be thanks to Otis being there. And I feel like Otis is going to distract Sonya enough for Mandy to win, or they're going to have Mandy win clean, because I really wouldn't want to, even though WWE seemed to be building something going on with that storyline, I don't really know what they're doing with it right now. I wouldn't want to see Mandy Rose lose back-to-back against Sonya Deville in big matchups on big pay-per-views, so I feel like Mandy's going to be able to get the win here against Sonya Deville. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, which is most likely going to be in the match that they do us. It's most likely, I've heard, going to be an Iron Man match, and I would love to see that. I feel like if it's going to be an Iron Man match, AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental title, even though it's not the main title, it should be the main event, because AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan are two great performers, and they will both put on a very good matchup. But AJ Styles will keep the title, and Daniel Bryan will get an opportunity probably on SmackDown following. So we'll see what happens there. Strowman versus Wyatt, Universal title match. Bray Wyatt could actually win, because I've heard WWE are really not actually happy with Braun Strowman being champion, and they don't feel like there's enough like good competition to go up for him to go up against, because The Miz and Morrison were kind of a good storyline, but there's really like no big competition for Strowman to take on. Roman Reigns is out right now, so there's really nothing there for Strowman to go up against, so they've continued on this feud, trying to see if they can push it for a bit longer now, and we'll see what happens there. Randy Orton, Strowman match, Strowman's gonna beat Bray Wyatt. Randy Orton versus The Big Show, this is a win for Randy Orton. I don't really see The Big Show being Randy Orton and stopping Randy Orton on this streak, because they're building him up like the Legend Killer again, and this is all going to culminate in Edge versus Randy Orton 3, which Edge is probably going to win. Mysterios versus Rollins, even though Mysterio is going to be injured in this match, I still think Seth Rollins is going to get the win. I feel like this will be the final moment where Ray's son turns on Ray and aligns with Seth Rollins. Would be an absolute shocker, but I feel like that's the way things are going down right now. New Day versus Cesaro and Shinsuke. I feel like Cesaro and Shinsuke are not going to win the SmackDown tag team titles. New Day are going to stay the same. New Day are a very good team together, and they deserve to keep that SmackDown tag team titles until someone properly can take those titles away from them. When it comes to Raw tag team titles, I feel like the Street Profits are going to lose against the Viking Raiders, because they've beaten the Viking Raiders the past few couple times due to certain circumstances. But in this case, I do feel like that the Street Profits will get the win over the Viking Raiders. So thank you guys for tuning in to this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more sports content like this. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.